Paul's rickshaw here. It's the 20th of July, and there's my little rickshawette. What about you, Maddie? Where's your rickshaw glasses, huh? There you go. Look at that guy. There's our little rickshaw over there. We've got a hazy day. Clouds are actually moving to the east today, the high clouds. It's very, very breezy out. I don't know if it's going to be rain. I do want to take the kids up to the park here pretty soon. The back has eased up quite a bit since yesterday. Thank you guys for the back cream and the arnica. They should give it a trade name called Zorbeck. I tell you what, I don't know what it does or how it works. Hey guys, hey, psst, keep it down a little bit. But it does work. I had back started really hurting, the legs were hurting at about 1 in the morning, got me up. I took 3 of them, and then I think it was about 9 the next morning. I went ahead, I was still hurting pretty bad, took 3 more, but I walked it. I actually, when I had the last back surgery done, this doctor that did the work, he said it's a royal mess in there. Don't let anyone else touch it. There's nothing they can do to help you unless it totally collapses. And he says, I doubt it. But he goes, there'll be scar tissue in there, and there's going to be, don't let them touch that. Because if they touch the scar tissue, it'll come back tenfold. Now, I think this arnica stuff works on the scar tissue and takes the swelling down or something, because it eased up all the pain in my legs and also the back. And now we did hike around. We were even walking around, the kids and I, after dark last night for a while. They're my little walking buddies. And that was one thing that doctor told me. He said, even no matter how bad it gets, and there's some days I just, there's no way I can get up. It just doesn't happen. But that was mostly when I was in the cold weather. But he said, get to your feet as fast as you can and just try to go. And these little kids. Now I just seen Pokemon left a comment. He was talking about he was down and really bad, and but he had some dogs, had a couple dogs, and that was, he said they kept him up and going, and that's what you got to do, guys. You got to get up and go. I've seen old timers that were vibrant and were moving around pretty good, and then once they start getting in a chair, it just seems they never get out of it. It happened to my grandma in her rocker. She just quit getting around, and then, 3 years later, she was a goner. But, I think you got to keep moving no matter what. Eat good, drink lots of water, keep the sugar down. And I try to do that my best. We don't like to do a lot of sugar. I don't like to do a lot of fried foods, unless we're going to fry it in the ghee. But we had a good breakfast this morning. What do we have, guys? Steak and eggs, huh?
Yes, sir.
But it is a beautiful day. There was one other thing I just saw that they're making this MCQ go even longer again. Now it's the 31st, and they were talking about opening the schools in what's beeping?
That was the tablet.
Oh, well, turn it off. Don't let that thing beep in our head. Okay, take it over there somewhere. It's annoying. But and then it was pushed. Now it's pushed till September. They might open, and it just keeps changing. But I have a proposal. I personally think, if they made me king of the world, I would get rid of MCQ and move on to BBQ. Everybody go have a barbecue. Forget all this nonsense. It's just going on too long, and they keep testing. And now I just seen this. France is trying to make all this mandatory, and and now Canada. I put it up on the Facebook page. This dude up in Canada, he's in there saying, you're gonna have to get the vax, and then you're gonna have to take another one, and you're gonna have to have boosters. And he was talking all the way to 2025. Come on, guys, follow the money here. They don't care about you. They're getting a cut off of this deal. They're getting some kind of cut off of this deal, or they wouldn't be pushing this so hard. When did they ever push something? I saw a really cool meme. Come on, cut me some slack here. Don't crowd me, please.
High school.
Come on now. But see, they got me losing track. These little guys, sometimes they crowd the heck on my. If I sit down, they're all piled on me. If I lay down, they're all piled on me. I don't know. But there was a meme on there that said, if this vax really worked so well, it would be so expensive you couldn't afford it like insulin. If they're so worried about everything, why aren't they giving people the free insulin? Why aren't they saying, come on in and get your insulin shots? Or, if they're so worried about people, we know a young fellow who died from kidney failure. Why didn't the government step in and give him some free dialysis? To get him through the woods. Come on, guys, you got to start looking at what this is. They don't do anything unless there's money for somebody. And then there's a thing from Grandpa Vlogger. I'll see if I can go find that again, and I'll put it in the description. I put little tidbits of stuff I see in the description. A lot of this stuff I put in there, I see it, looks interesting, I put it in. Then people say, oh, where's your research? Where's all this? Yeah, I don't. I just saw it, and I put it in there because it looked interesting to me. That's all. You want to research it, you do it. I actually researched a few things and put some papers in there last year, and people hammered me saying, oh, yeah, blah, blah, and they just want more. So I think it's just trolls. It's just a bunch of trolls. I had another troll. I just finally got rid of her. She put a comment in there, said that I should be arrested and thrown in jail because I didn't get my kids the vax. I mean, it's just crazy. That was the same lady who told me last year on one of my videos when we lived over in GMA, we had one huge bed and everybody slept together. The kids were babies and stuff. And she was making this big fuss that every kid should have their own room or I should be put in jail. That was another time she said put in jail. And it's like, oh, brother. Everybody, it seems like these ultra-liberal people, they want to run your life. And I do think some of these people that get on here and make comments, they are just trolls. They're paid to do this. It's like these fact-checkers. I even see them. They're fact-checking pictures now. They're fact-checking anything that comes even from the WHO. If you mention this COVID at all, they're fact-checking it. They're jumping all over it. And it's like, what? We can't put information out there. Some of this stuff I'm seeing is coming from reputable doctors and stuff, where you can go actually to their own site. From these medical institutes and medical colleges, and go to their site, and that's where the people got it from who put it out there. So what are those being hacked? And nobody catches it? No, come on, guys. You got to wake up on this stuff. It just seems to me. I never really knew that little children get the flu. I just haven't seen that. Let me know if you have, but they just recently allowed kids 5 and up out. Well, basically, you keep the little kids under that in. You're locking the parents in the house too, because somebody's got to stay with them. You can't leave a little kid alone. I don't even think you should leave like any of my kids alone by themselves either. I won't do it. They should come with me. But what are they doing to these children here? What's going to be the thing on that? And what about all these other people are dying of other things because they can't get out and seek medical attention for stuff? How comes there's nobody counting all that? You got to weigh things into balance whenever you do anything, and they don't seem to be doing that. And then this Grandpa Vlogger, he put on this cool thing, and I will find it and put it in the description. One of these bigwigs here is they're questioning him about what's going on. It just seems they're pushing it too far. Some places are just giving up, and some are, the liberal places are just going full steam on it. Well, I've never seen in my country a politician that does anything for anybody unless there's a cut in it for him. That's just how it was. And you look at some of these politicians, they're lifelong politicians. They've never done anything, and they want to tell you how to live your life and how to do things, and they're just consistently wrong all the time. But they're lining their pockets at it. You look at this Pelosi woman. She's rich. That's our Marie Antoinette. Let them eat cake. Let them eat ice cream types. And then you get these people that are just like AOC and all these people. That girl right there, her brain is fried. It's absolutely gone. And you see all these people saying, "Oh yeah, I want green." These kids, they're using kids now to go and protest and say, "I want green," but yet their parents drive them to school. They're buying new clothes all the time. They're using all these. They got their gadgets going all the time with the electricity and all this stuff, and they want you to be green. See, they're going to make this class thing where there's going to be the haves and have-nots, and they want to be the haves. These people who run it, and they want you have-nots to sit down here and suffer. While they're raking in the dough off of your labor, and that if you guys don't wake up and see that of what's happening, and this division, they're not only trying to divide people by race now, they're trying to divide you by vaxxers and non-vaxxers, and lockdowners and non-lockdowners. They're really doing the division as best they can, and you guys better wake up and look at this. Just wake up. It's just crazy. But it's scary times we're in. I don't buy a lot of this stuff. If you go back to my videos a year ago, I wasn't buying it. I can't understand a lot of people. They're just not using their heads and common sense. The news media that I just basically shut them off. I don't watch any of the news media, any of them anymore. Look at what's going on with this election thing in the States. Are they going to do anything about it? They're going to talk about it. It's what they do. You think these politicians are going to allow this to switch hands and get this guy put out? No. And they got their minions and a bunch of these trolls that get on here. And I see this one site is called Joke of the Day. And I thought I got onto it because I want to see some funny jokes. I like to put them. I like to put the pictures and stuff on my thumbnails and all that, and look for cool stuff and sayings. And all it is a Trump bashing site. That's all it is. And I can't understand these people. He's out, and they still can't leave it alone. They can't leave it alone. I remember when he was in, they were bashing him, saying, he's mentally incompetent, he can't do anything, but yet they're not saying a word about this poor old Joe. We got some serious elder abuse going on right now with that guy. He's lost. This guy, he can't keep a sentence just from what I'm seeing. I'm not there anymore, but it's a shame what's going on with there. And then look at the prices of fuel going up. How can you got to follow the money, guys? You got to really follow the money. So we had a pipeline going in. Fuel's cheap. It's going to make fuel even cheaper. But these guys, even Obama did. He stopped the one pipeline from Canada. They stopped these pipelines. Okay, now how did they save it? How did they save any of this pollutants by getting the fuel from overseas now? And the price went way up because of that. And now who's getting a cut from that? Come on, guys, wake up. Wake up and look at this. The U.S. has got all kinds of fuel, and don't ever buy into this that it's a fossil fuel. Come on, guys, just don't buy into that. That was a catch thing they did to make people worried that it might run out. This is something the good Lord put there for us to utilize. And they make a big thing about this green stuff with this Greta towhead, and but how come they're not doing anything to China, who's, from what we're seeing, is one of the largest polluters in the world? They had the Olympics. It was so bad people couldn't even breathe in Beijing. And they're going to come and tell us we got to stop and we all got to drive electric cars. That's not working out so well. This electric car stuff, it just doesn't seem to be working out. Yeah, some people should get them, but they had electric cars back around the turn of the century. It's not economically feasible. And then they talk about waste and all this stuff. Where are all these batteries going? I'm starting to see all these little electric tricycles here. And a lot of the people that are getting them, they're either being subsidized, because we have one fella, he was thinking about one, and he said just the battery pack is going to be $55,000. That's the price now, not a price 2 years from when they're burned out. These batteries they're putting in them, They're just regular lead-acid batteries. They're not the slow discharge or anything. And once they go, then you got all that crap you got to get rid of. And then they got these lithium-ion batteries. That's a hazardous waste, guys. And you talk about hazardous waste, to me, something that really gets, that's just something I'm thinking about. I'm just putting this out there, guys. You can take it however you want. But why are there not hazardous waste bins all over the place for these masks? If this thing is so damn deadly, and everybody's got it, you all got it. I'm sure if you went and got tested, and it came up negative, and you got tested again, and you'll get some positives in there. You get positive and negatives. I know a couple of people that they went to go get tested, and it came up positive, so they left that area, and they went somewhere else and got tested, and it was a negative. And one of the people online, I don't know how true this is, but it was one of the people online said they actually have tests that are marked positive or negative. And then there was another fella. I put it on the Facebook. You have to scroll down and look at this stuff. And one of the guys said with this test, he related it to a fish. He said if you're gonna look for something, you would look for a fish. But he said what this test does is it looks for a little piece of bone in a fish. It doesn't tell you what kind of fish. It doesn't tell you anything. It just says, yeah, this may be it. And you have to look at the thing the way he described it better than I just did, I'm sure. But you keep testing, they're going to keep finding it.
Is it 10 already?
Nope. But they know that there's a lot of false positives, and they react on this in a horrible way. You got all these quarantines and stuff going on. If you come in and you get tested and you're negative, go. But they're only quarantined because there's money involved in it, and that's what this grandpa vlogger was kind of putting out there for people to look at. I think everything should be investigated right now. People need to wake up and just not, come on, guys, a flu season that lasts a year and a half? Who ever heard of that? They talk, it's like the Spanish flu. No way. No way. How come they're not working all the people that get tuberculosis? They're not. They don't seem to be really worried about that one, and that's curable. That's absolutely curable. And if you mention anything about a cure for this thing that's going on now, you get shut down immediately. My Facebook page was shut off a couple times for things I've said. Some of my friends that are on there will mention something and they get shut off. It's these pharmaceutical companies they're squashing this stuff. They don't want that information out there. So it's just what it seems to me. I mean, you think about it however you want, guys. I'm not trying to tell you how to think. I'm just putting stuff out there, what I'm thinking. And it's just crazy. But I do say I think they should get rid of the MCQ and make it BBQ. So this is Rick Shaw out.